Hi, FKS fam.
Hello.
I've been a long-time listener, started with THT,
Hey.
then immediately started listening to FKS when
Let's
it
go,
first came
baby.
out. You guys make my 45-minute drive to work as a high school teacher so much better. Anyway, when you said you wanted spooky stories, I felt like this was my chance to submit. I consider myself sensitive to spiritual energy, meaning paranormal activity seems to follow me wherever I go, and it's easy for me to pick up on. This has been happening to me since I was 14. I'm now 25 and have had so many experiences I could write about. I'd probably have 5 separate submissions. However,
Damn.
I'm going to tell you about the time when I had my first ever encounter at the ripe age of 14.
Okay.
When I was 14, I was a babysitter for this one family. They always had me come over on the weekends so the parents could go out on date nights. This family had 2 kids, an older boy and a younger girl. This one particular night, the parents went to a Jimmy Buffett concert, so they got back very late that night. It was around 1 a.m., and this house that they lived in was half the original house, and then they added on to it when they bought it. The original part of the house was over 100 years old, and it was seated on a plot of land that was about 5 or 6 acres. Side note, they had 2 horses that I always got to go out and pet. I figured Morgan would like that.
Yeah.
It is important to know how this house looked. Think of it as a long rectangle split directly in half, with one side being the old side and the other being the new side. The living room sat in the middle of both sides of the house. His family also had a dog. His name was Blackjack, and he was this massive lab mix, probably weighing in about 80 pounds. He would always sleep in his dog bed next to the couch while I watched TV waiting for the parents to come home. However, this night was different. As I was watching TV, I started to hear stomping coming from above me. The only thing that was upstairs was the parents' bedroom, which was on the older side of the house. The stomping would start, then stop, and this happened quite a few times. Each time the stomping would start, Blackjack would perk up and growl. The thing about him was he would never growl. He was the sweetest dog on the planet. I went over to the door after a bit and I noticed that it was locked from the outside. So for peace of mind, I locked it. Looking back on this fact now, I realize how strange it is to lock from the outside. Anyway, things settled down for a bit. I had checked on the kids and they were still sleeping.